Ladies and gentlemen, we have updates on David Cronenberg's new movie, Jordan Peele's new movie, a bunch of other new movies, including a shark movie that Richard Dreyfuss is in because he probably needs money. Let's talk about all of these bad boys right now. Welcome to the second page, everybody. Come on in, sit on down, grab a glass of soda and some popcorn or something. I got my grape pop right here, so I'm ready to go. I first want to talk about a brand new image from David Cronenberg's new movie, The Shrouds, which I'm very excited for, the follow-up to his last feature, Crimes of the Future, which was a remake of one of his first short films. Very interesting stuff. I cannot wait for this new movie from him, which has a very interesting description that I'm sure we're going to get into in a second here. But this is the first image of these gravestones that apparently allow you to see your dead relatives decay. Like, this is a universe where that's like a cool thing to do for some really messed up reason. I don't know, but this is a very striking image from a apparently controversial cemetery. The image comes courtesy of the long-running French film magazine, something I definitely can't pronounce as a stupid American, and it was shared on Twitter by Terrence Yebo. I almost want to say ya boy. Terrence ya boy. No, it's Terrence Yebo, I think, maybe. The cast for this movie includes Vincent Cassel from Irreversible and from Eastern Promises, a killer David Cronenberg movie if you have not seen it, Diane Kruger from Inglourious Bastards, Guy Pearce from Memento, and Sandrine Holt from Fear the Walking Dead. Deadline has detailed that Vincent Cassel will be playing a character named Karsh, a name that is very reminiscent of that one Aspen South Park episode where the bullies keep coming over to Stan Marsh and they're calling him Darsh for some reason. I don't know why, but it cracks me up every time I see it. See you later, Darsh. And then they like just ski out of there for some reason. Castle will play Karsh, though, who is an innovative businessman and grieving widower who builds a novel device to connect with the dead inside a burial shroud. This burial tool, installed at his own state-of-the-art, though controversial cemetery, allows him and his clients to watch their specific departed loved one decompose in real time. Once again, very messed up, but that's David Cronenberg, baby. This should be no surprise. This sounds exactly like a new David Cronenberg movie, and I love it. Karsh's revolutionary business is on the verge of breaking into the international mainstream when several graves within his cemetery are vandalized and nearly destroyed. Oh my god! Including that of his wife, so his wife's burial shroud is also gone. Someone's ruining Karsh's business! It's the skiers from earlier. They're coming in. Get wrecked, Darsh. We're gonna ruin your grave sites. They're just like kicking everything down. That'd be awful. While he struggles to uncover a clear motive for the attack, the mystery of who wrought this havoc and why drive him to reevaluate his business, marriage, and fidelity to his late wife's memory, as well as push him to new beginnings. Sandrine Holt plays a mysterious woman, the wife of a billionaire who contacts Castle's Karsh about a strange project involving her husband. Ooh, so maybe it's this billionaire character that's potentially doing all of this for some messed up business reason. Interesting. But what do you guys think about this very striking image from the new movie? Leave me something about this one in the comments below. One of the first big horror movie updates of the entire year was the dropping of Mickey Mousetrap. Mickey's Mousetrap, I think. What is it? Mickey? Yeah, it's Mickey's Mousetrap. The trailer for this movie that just looks so bad. We watched a movie, ripped it apart. I almost wholeheartedly concur with them. The one thing I will say, though, is whenever horror movies make money, even shit like this, it means that horror is thriving. That's the one thing. Like, something that Mike from We Watched a Movie said that I don't necessarily disagree with, but I have other thoughts that I want to throw in there. Mike was talking a little bit about how this gives horror a bad name. It makes every horror movie seem like it's just this dumb schlock. But the problem is the Academy, no matter what, will always think that, except for a few standout years from horror history. Like when Get Out from 2017 was like the most recent example, I would say, which really sucks because we've had so many good drama pieces just in the last like 5-6 years that totally deserved an Oscar and didn't get them, which is an utter shame in my opinion. That something like Hereditary, Midsommar, The Northman, The Lighthouse, The Witch, the other Jordan Peele movies didn't even get a nomination. It's ridiculous. These are some of the best movies to come out from their respective years and not even a second glance from the Academy. So in my opinion, I don't think a slew of Mickey Mouse horror movies is really going to hurt that. But with all of that being said, let's talk about another Mickey Mouse horror movie that's coming out called Just Steamboat Willie. This and Mickey's Mousetrap, as well as the upcoming video game Infestation 88, which is probably the project I'm the most excited about, being based off of this public domain bullshit. This is coming from director Stephen Lamorte, who directed last last year's The Mean One. That's the Grinch parody with David Howard Thornton in the lead role. That is, of course, Art the Clown. If you have not seen it, it was fine. It was just fine. I mean, it's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey quality, in my opinion. If you liked that movie and you thought it was silly, you might like The Mean One. You know, I'm kind of like just whatever about these. They're not like super offensive, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of bad horror movies that are just like, okay, well, this is just schlock. The other thing that's really cool about Steamboat Willie, though, is that the Fuzz Boys, Fuzz on the Lens, is also working on this. These are some of the producers from the first two Terrifier movies, as well as the upcoming Terrifier 3. They're also doing a movie called Stream, which I'm so excited for. I'm actually a part of the marketing, which is crazy. It was amazing to wake up to that one morning. So check out that movie as well. I'm hyped for it. I'm not going to read you all of this because basically it's just the director saying, I can't wait to do something fun and unexpected with this one. I don't know, man. I mean, it's going to be a mouse killing people and stabbing them probably on a boat. What more do you want, you know? This is Mickey Mouse from Mickey's Mousetrap, a trailer that once again looks really bad. I recommend checking it out for a good laugh. Am I expecting any of these movies that are coming out based off of properties that have fallen into the public domain? Am I expecting them to be good? No. But are they going to be a good laugh? I hope so. At the very least, I hope there's something to laugh at and make jokes about and maybe cover on the page. Richard Dreyfuss is returning to shark movies with a film called Into the Deep. I was kind of hyped to see this headline come up on my screen today. And the film also stars Scout Taylor Compton, a very underrated actress, of course, from the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. As this article details, I'm excited to see Richard Dreyfuss step back into the world of shark attack horror, of course. Who knows if this is going to be good or not? Director Christian Sesma, who did Section 8, a movie I've never heard of, it describes the film as a group of divers searching for sunken treasure witness the murder of drug dealers by modern-day pirates, but a killer great white is determined not to let any of them escape its waters. There is so much going on in the middle of the ocean. What? There's drug dealers, there's pirates, there's people looking for treasure. All of this just came together, all in the same spot. This sounds very ridiculous, but hey, I'll check it out, man. I'll definitely check it out. Stuart Townsend is in this movie as well. He's kind of a bigger name. And then, of course, here's the poster. There you go. Into the Deep. Underwater, no one can hear you scream. Oh, it's not like they ripped that from Alien or something. Bam! There you go. A big old shark gonna eat people and maybe Richard Dreyfuss. Jordan Peele is psyched about whatever his fourth movie is going to be. This update comes to us, thankfully, right after a bit of a shocking update about Jordan Peele's new movie. It got pushed from its 2024 release date. It was coming out on Christmas, but then it was also announced that Nosferatu was coming out on Christmas too, and they don't want to do the whole competition thing. So they're just moving it. They're like, okay, you know what, screw it. It's coming out in 2025. It also got pushed because of the writer's strike. Jordan Peele was on Conan O'Brien's podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast, and he was talking about how excited he was to get behind the camera once again, saying this has been, obviously, it's been an interesting year because the writer's strike had me in a state of listening, and that's where I need to be. I do feel like my next project is clear to me, and I'm psyched that I have another film that, you know, could be my favorite movie if I make it right. That once again doesn't give us absolutely anything on Jordan Peele's next movie, but it's exciting to know that this could be his favorite movie, or, you know, maybe he's just saying that to get people hyped about his next movie so he makes money. Sure, you can be cynical like that all day. I get cynical sometimes too, but I'm really hoping whatever this fourth entry is, it's something in the horror space, and it's something that Jordan Peele is very passionate about. I will say though, considering his last outing being like starting to get away from horror, like Nope is definitely still a horror film at its core, but it's not as much as his previous two entries. Maybe that's just the filmmaker wanting to put a blockbuster style and tone to his last movie that definitely was still a horror movie. I mean, we saw a gigantic animal from maybe outer space suck a bunch of people up into it and just like kind of chew it up in its disgusting little mouth. That was disgusting. That was awesome. I will be seated for whatever Jordan Peele makes next, but fingers crossed it's something in the horror space. And then finally, one of the biggest updates we're talking about today is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire toys from Funko reveal the new main villain and some more spoilers about some other characters that we have yet to see in the trailer. So if you don't want anything spoiled from Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I won't scroll down any further. Nothing you're seeing on screen right now is a spoiler, but there is something coming up that might be. It's nothing too crazy. It's just character reveals. I personally don't care that much myself, and I'm a stickler for spoilers, let me tell you. The upcoming Ghostbusters Frozen Empire toy line from Funko confirms that the horned monster glimpsed in the movie's trailer is named Garaka. So kind of like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it, but that's at least how it's spelled. And the toys also preview a brand new ghost named Pukey. And additionally, the mini puffs are back in Frozen Empire as well, with one of them running on a hamster wheel. So let's just show you these now. Look at these cute little fellas. So of course we have some main characters right here. No surprise that they're back. We already saw them in the trailer. But we got Mini Puffed running on a little hamster wheel. That's so cute. Garaka, who was featured on the poster for Frozen Empire. You might have seen that. I think he, maybe she, I don't want to assume the gender of this demon. I don't know. They might have been in the trailer for like a half a second. I just can't remember off the top of my head. And then this little potato dude who like will most likely be Pukey and will be throwing up on people. I'm really excited for Frozen Empire because Gil Keenan, the director of this one, has talked about how much of like a new era this one is going to be starting. We're dealing with all new kinds of ghosts and threats here. We're in the post-Gozerian era of Ghostbusters is what director Gil Keenan was telling us about. So I'm excited to see all the new and weird experimental stuff that they throw at the wall, and hopefully most of it sticks. I prefer sequel approaches to be like that, where it's like, well, this is ambitious, but some of it might work, some of it might not. I'm so okay with that because I would rather them do something like that than to just get something that's exactly like the first movie over and over again. That's boring. I don't want to see the same movie twice. I want to see like exciting new possibilities. I want to see potato ghosts throwing up on people. It might not work for everybody, but I want to try it out at the very least. And this guy looks like he'll be doing exactly that. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Pukey in action and all these other ghosts. But with all of those updates being spilled, what are you the most excited for on this list? Leave me something about it in the comments below.